Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Dreamers Game 1, where we are playing Yomi. This is turn 68. Should be a big-ish turn. We've declared attacks against Hinom's capital, so fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. Alright, top of the turn, we have... boom, Enchantment 8. Nice. Enchantment 8 is pretty exciting. It gets us a lot of spells, Mass Regeneration, all of the Fins, Mist of Deception, which we can actually put up with our Sorceress, and a Communion now, and probably most importantly, for at least my taste, it gets us Lichcraft, so very exciting. Cool. Now we're going to run up Blood and see how that goes. Now, we've got a couple of site searches. We did 3 in Auspex. Okay. Doomcloud, Sparkling Fields, and... oh my! Doomcloud is a +2 air, +2 death, and Sparkling Fields is a +1 air. Doomcloud's also increases misfortune. But in a single turn, with 1 Auspex, and this is why I really like doing this shit. We just got 5 gem income just like that, right? Our air income, it goes from 11 to 14. Our death income goes from 17 to 19. We had 18 last turn. I guess maybe we got raided somewhere. Lose something? We probably lost something here. Okay, so high teens, right? On the death gems. Very, 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 very cool. Augury found us nothing. Gnome lore found us nothing. Is what it is. Did a bunch of corpse construction. So for gem income, we got air +3 and death +2. Very exciting. Super fucking happy about that. Super happy about that. Okay, we've got a bunch of battles. Now, we hashed out things with Helheim, make sure that we didn't bump with them, but not with Lanka, I guess, because Lanka decided it was a good idea to attack into Relothia. But all that is attacking here is a Atavi chieftain. So I don't know what was happening here. I don't know if Lanka was just expecting maybe because of the raiding that's been happening back and forth between Hinom and I, maybe there would be no PD or something like that. Or maybe Lanka was just suiciding a commander. I wouldn't assume that that's the case, but that seems to be what happened. The Atavi chieftain just pings Relothia, and nada happens. So we actually attack Relothia, and so this is not what seemed to be the case last time, and that is that I want to say last time I showed that I was gonna. I showed that I was going to take several Ko-Oni with Ainu. I came back after the fact and I decided to leave them behind. Because I thought it unlikely that we run it. I was taking them originally because of the idea of running into the Melkart, but I thought it very unlikely that we were going to run into the Melkart, so I just left them behind for insurance policies. So Ainu comes in and takes this, and it's just a small amount of deer tribe, so whatever. There's absolutely nothing that's going to happen there. We do get attacked by that Melkart in Parched Expanse, which is nada. Well, we do have some barbarians here. 65 and 42. Yeah, I think he's okay. Jeez, okay, so we lose Parched Expanse. Is that where we had... yeah, we had a Death Gem there and a Nature Gem there, so we lost some there. We also witness Lanka attacking Helheim in Amul. This is a Undead Force, Solus Bandar, Solus in general, and Solus... what are these called? Marcadas? No. These, the Vanaras. Gotcha. led by a Raktapada. And this is just counter rating, basically. Helheim PD is very, very good. It's way better than it has any right to be, right? But does this Raktapada have a... No, he does not have a lifelong protection. He actually brought Blood Slaves in to cast Imps, which is fine. So how much did he lose there? He actually lost 3 Solus, 6 of the Markata, and 1 of the Manara. So, yeah, the only problem with counter rating in this type of thing is it's high attrition, right? It's high attrition of undead units, so you don't particularly care that much, but it does mean 1 gold, right? 1 gold takes out 10 undead. And that's because Van here for your fucking 1 PD is very strong. Very, very strong. So, interesting to see. And then we battle in Hinam. So, we sent in a force of Aka Onis led by Taro, our Oni Shugo. And then we have Tokimochi here in the back. Not a lot left for Hinam, but... their archers, their Avite heavy archers, are actually really good, right? They have great bows with very long range. They can basically hit anywhere out on behind the walls. Pretty high damage. And they have a lot of Rephites, or long dead Rephites, right? Like, these things hit pretty hard. And they do have a couple of mages left. Some Amis, a couple of Horite Shamans. They have enough, I think. Ooh, that's another big one. Add that. This Ketasat has a lifelong protection back here. That will be a pain in the ass to deal with, along with a Thunderbow. Earth Boots. Stuff back here. Alright, so we know what we're doing. Let's see what they do. Okay, we've got a Communion goes up. Communion Master, Phoenix Power, Earth Power, bunch of Earth Power. Eagle Eyes, Blessing, Aim. Body Ethereal, Fire Elementals, bunch of Earth Elementals. Twist Fate, Body Ethereal, more Fire Elementals, more... Okay, so this is fantastic. This is exactly what you do for, like, last stand scenarios. Because, I mean, it's the last stand. What are you going to do? You don't need to save any of your shit. You just give your people as many gems as you can, and you're just like, keep fucking casting Elementals. And having Astral Amis in here to continuously throw out Body Ethereal is really nice, because ethereal elementals are fucking scary to deal with. So that's actually really cool. We elected to hold, which might be a problem here in the long run. My intention was to hold and let any crappy stuff kind of flood out so that we didn't get bogged down in the gate. But it might also just mean that we're fucking overwhelmed by things like Earth Elementals. That's pretty cool. So, got that going on. A Sleep Cloud going out. A Flare going out. More Body Ethereal. They're out of gems, it looks like, now. And now, so we've got battle given by our Akaonis, but now Tokimochi is in the backfield with his full buff, Flesh Eater, ready to fucking go. And he doesn't give a shit about any of the protections that these individuals have placed on themselves. He will cut through all of them as long as he is able to swing. So, but here's the thing, if he gets bogged down by imps, ooh, that's a good counter, because he can't kill that many things in a single turn with a Flesh Eater. He can kill one thing each turn with a Flesh Eater. Yay. That's bad. Oh, we get Tangle Vines? Uh-oh. Our Akaonis seem to have done well against the Rephites, but they're kind of getting a little chewed up by the elementals. So there's that. The Akaonis do okay against the fire elementals, but the fire elementals' fire shield is actually pretty high. So the amount of fire resistance that they have is not enough. And it looks like, yeah, Tokomochi is just getting consistently swarmed by imps. Our Akaonis have fallen to the earth elementals. But here's the thing. Tokomochi is not really dying to the enemies, and it looks like the Kedasot routed. So no more lifelong protection. So now Tokomochi is able to just basically run between them and start killing the remaining mages. That Tangle Vines is doing fucking work though. Oh yeah, get him. Oh no! Okay, so he failed to take a hit for too long, basically. And because he'd been routed for a while, but he failed to take a hit for too long and unberserked, and then immediately flew away. We have Taro back here, who sadly, not so sadly. Wait, no, he didn't fly away. No, he just retargeted. Okay, Taro is out. Looks safely out. Good title Volturnus. Is Tokomochi gonna pull this off? He chasing. Hey! Very cool. Very cool. That's not what happened. I feel like all of these cool fights are just never what happened. So that's partially my fault. I'm recording these well after the fact, and I just feel like most of these turn files have fallen prey to the whole like battle reports no longer being correct scenario. But while that didn't happen exactly, it did get pretty close to happening. Tokomochi did fly back there, did kill a whole lot of imps. The Kedasot, I do believe, eventually routed, right? And most of what happened there happened. Tokomochi did eventually flee. Taro did flee. A lot of the Akaonis did flee. And there is very, very little left in the actual fortress of Hinnom. So it didn't play out exactly like we saw in that battle report, but it was fairly close. So this is a failure, but it's a pretty good failure. I mean, I say pretty good failure. We didn't want to lose 57 Akaonis, but, you know, we guessed correctly, didn't send in our whole army, didn't get shit fucked that way, so I feel pretty happy about that. Although I guess the argument could be made, right? Like, well, if you had sent in all the Ko-Onis, you wouldn't have lost. I don't know. We'll see. I say we'll see. We will not see. Anyways, battle record for the turn. 1 win and 2 losses versus Hinnom. Pretty happy with the way things turned out, though, honestly. Events. We've got a couple of unexpected events. We've got Cormark. An entire village has been devoured by Vinemen. So we lost population there. We had a event in Yomi. A tribal chief from a distant land has donated gold and a precious item. We got plus 177 gold and an enchanted helmet. Enchanted helmet's kind of whatever. Handful of gems have been found in Flemistan, some water gems, nice. And then a local slave lord is seeking absolution for his sins. He's donated all his virgins and a chest of gold. We got 18 blood and 174 gold, bringing our total in events for this turn to gold plus 351, water plus 4, blood plus 18, and an enchanted helmet. So, nice. That's pretty good. Okay. Entrance to the fortification of Hinnom remains breached. We also got attacked by Independence and Cormark. Amusingly, though, this is where we're also sieging another territory for Hinnom, and this Dione just slapped all of those linemen. For one, this Dione has been spawning... No, has not been spawning Akaoni. This is where some of the Akaoni fled to this province after the battle in Hinnom, which is interesting. Vineman kind of kicking those Akaoni's asses. They butchered them. But Junichi does the Lord's work. Very easy. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so simple enough situation. We're just gonna storm the castle with Akeno and Akasada now. Pretty much identical situation. There's basically nothing left for Hinnom to do. This should be pretty much guaranteed. Just in case, we are safety sieging with Benjiro still, just to make sure. We are going to send Ainu and Taro, just Taro, up to Cormark with a very small contingent to start sieging up there. This is not gonna... This might save us like an extra turn, but I don't know, it probably doesn't matter. And then we're sending Ainu and Tokomochi into the Great Mountains in order to raid that back. We've got Yuki and Civitos for water and corpse construction heading into Moreni. Pusswound is trying to patrol the unrest down there. We've got another corpse constructor heading into the Hinami's territory. And then we have Akasada heading up there to be kind of like a leader for some of these troops, because one of the problems that we're having is bad leadership up there right now. So the majority of the rest of our movement is just moving Oni around, and that's that. So let's jump into recruitment, shall we? We have recruitment, 1 Dione and 2 Onishugo. Pretty simple turn for that. As per normal, we are doing 1 Dione every other turn, hopefully for the rest of eternity. And then basically 1 Onishugo every chance we get in Ulm, trying to pad out the amount of Onishugos that we have. Onishugos, I think we've covered this before, I mean, dozens of times probably, but Onishugos are really decent. They are a bit on the expensive side, but they have very good thugging capabilities with just a little bit of input. Basically just like a bottle of holy water. and they're naturally death too, right? So they can just walk in and Horde of Skeleton spam very easily. Depending on what kind of random they get, they can be a lot more threatening. Pretty cool. So we want a lot of them, and we are going to continue to produce as many as we can. We've got some rituals. This turn, we have 1 Augury, 1 Auspex, 1 Gnome Lore, 8 Corpse Constructions, 1 Lichcraft, and 1 Ghost General. So, the only things out of the ordinary there are the Lichcraft and the Ghost General. Lichcraft is happening in our capital. Tomokazu, who is the individual that we tried to put up Well of Misery with, is going to start summoning liches. At 30 a pop, we can do this for a couple turns, get a couple liches. We've made a couple sets of Shade Mail Hauberkins and Amulets of Anti-Magic, which is kind of like my minimum scenario that I want for a lich. I prefer to put something else on them, like a Lodestone, just to kind of help boost that magic resistance so that they can't get sniped. But Shade Mail's very good. I like that quite a bit. And then aside from that, we're doing a Ghost General because we just need more decent leadership. Where are we doing the Ghost General at? That happening Ghost General. Did I skip that? Oh, it's up here. This guy, Fusaki, is doing it. So yeah, we just need some decent leadership. We're starting to build up a good-sized force of demons up here. Ghost Generals are one of the best leadership options that we kind of have access to. I don't think it's worth constantly using the death gems for them, because they are 10 death gems, whereas you can just use a demon general. But the demon generals have significantly less undead leadership, though they do have higher leadership. So the thing is I think if you need the leadership bonus for your undead, right? Like you have a specific type of undead that has morale problems, then demon generals can be better. But I think ghost generals generally they have so much higher undead leadership comparatively that I think they're pretty decent to have a couple of. Anyways, that is the ritual side of things. Probably going to be doing Lichcrafts for a while. Probably not going to be doing Ghost Generals over and over again, just a couple here or there. What else do we have? We have some forging this turn. We have a 1 Lightless Lantern, 1 Owl Quill, 1 Ring of Regeneration, 2 Boots of the Messenger, 1 Amulet of Anti-Magic, 2 Lodestone Amulets, 1 Champion Skull, and 1 Crown of Bones. So we'll talk about those real quick. The majority of that is pretty normal stuff. The Lodestone Amulets are slightly not normal, but they do go with the basic kit that I prefer to have with Liches, right? Which is Shade Mail Hauberkin, Amulet of Anti-Magic for +4 magic resistance, and then a Lodestone Amulet for an additional +2. That tends to give Liches a lot of magic resistance so that they can't get hit with things like Mind Hunts or teleporting Soul Slay fucking golems or shit like that, right? That tends to be a pretty good way to keep them around, and it's honestly pretty cheap. These are only 3 gems a pop, so 3, 6. Same thing with the Lodestone Amulets, so 3, 6, 9, 12 gems for that. Shade Mail Hauberkins are a little more expensive, so there is that. But I think the ability to attack, stealth, attack, stealth, attack, stealth adds such an amount of safety compared to just attack, 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 that I think Shade Mail is absolutely worth its weight in gems. So, pretty simple stuff there. And then the Champion Skull and the Crown of Bones is kind of a unique situation that I'm just playing around with. So Crown of Bones is this thing, right? It gives Undead Command plus 75. It does give Inspirational -1, but we don't really care. I say we don't really care. We do care, right? So I'm interested in trying out a mix here, right? So who do we have? Take Fujitaka, or actually we'll just use an actual base Demon General, right? Base Demon General has 121 leadership. This is a +2 for 4 squads, all right? But they only have 70 undead leadership, which is also demon leadership. So a Demon General can only lead 70 demons at a base, right? But you take someone like Fujitaka. I guess this is not a great example. He has quite a bit of experience, but not enough to matter. Do we have someone who does? Nope. Answer that question is nope. Shit. Guess that is a good example, right? 210. No, Dionys do have a base undead leadership of 210. So this might not work the way I was hoping it was going to work. So, all right, I'll walk through. The Crown of Bones is very simple. That's just you're basically trading a little bit of inspiration for larger amounts. Basically, this is an entire demon general on their own, right? That's not necessarily a good thing, right? Having just one leader lead a big army can be good if they have very high morale boost. So if we throw things like Horns of Valor on there, that can be good, that type of thing. But it doesn't necessarily... Having your squads with more leadership in smaller chunks can be good to prevent everyone from just routing, right? So I'm not sure that this is going to work out, but basically the idea was I wanted to have a Crown of Bones so I can put on one of our Demon Generals or a couple of Crown of Bones on a couple of Demon Generals to increase the amount of undead leadership that they have. Then maybe do stuff like give them some Horns of Valor to offset that penalty. And the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to try out a Champion Skull. Now, Champion Skull is a very simple item. I don't see it very frequently, but it gives you experience. Very, very cheap. Gives you 3 additions. So every... I'm sure the audience that I'm talking to already knows 99.9% of the things that I'm saying, so this is kind of moot. But if you don't, right, like, every commander, every unit, I think, gains 1 experience every month. Like, every month that they live, they just gain a point of experience. And experience can get you a lot of really good things, right? Like, this Dione has 3 experience pips, and because of this, he has +3 attack skill, he has +3 defense skill, +3 precision. I think he has a +3 experience bonus on his morale. I think that's all that you really get. Not really sure. But the other thing that you do get as a commander with leadership is you get bonuses to your leadership. But now that I'm looking at it more and more, I think you get bonuses to your leadership, but I don't think you get bonuses to your undead leadership, or maybe you do. So base Dione is 70, 20, 210, right? Tejo has 125 and 210. So he at 109 experience, he has... I should probably look this up. At 109 experience, he has 3 pips, and he has gained, I think, 2 boosts in base leadership and 1 boost in magic leadership, but no boosts in undead leadership, which I think is going to be the problem for us. Do we have anyone else that has more? So this does kind of confirm this. So plus 15, and then another 15 would be 100. So the first experience pip gave him leadership. The second experience pip gave him magic leadership. A third experience pip would give him more base leadership. I wonder if we can find... Do we have any of our very experienced... Test wound. I wish it would just tell you. I wish you could just see right here that, ooh, this... You have bonus leadership to this because of your experience. Like you can see up here with your other modifiers. Looks like we gained an additional 5 leadership, so maybe it just slows down. I don't know. Same here. Alright, so... Ooh! What's that? No, he just has higher death magic. That's why he has more undead leadership. Yeah, each pip of death magic is worth like 30 undead leadership. That is... Well, crap. Yeah, same there. Okay, so what I was hoping... It looks like my hope with this is not going to work, but what I was hoping... I should have verified this. I was going to put the Champion Skull on, like, the Ghost General or on a Demon General or something like that, and try to boost their leadership and see if I could get some additional points in undead leadership, but I think that is not going to be a thing. So this is probably just a waste, but whatever. We'll throw it on... you know what? Actually... I wonder if that's worthwhile for like Dione. Now that I'm thinking about it, like you take a for example, take like Juichi here, right? Juichi is 10 turns old, right? We can tell that never seen combat. He has no kills or anything like that, but he has 10 experience because he's been alive for 10 turns, right? If when he had popped out, we had immediately thrown a champion skull on him, he would have 40 experience right now, not 10 experience. So I wonder if that's actually worthwhile. I mean, I think it probably is. If you like +3 is really strong. +3 experience or +3 attack, +3 defense. The precision matters less, but it is actually still a thing with the Dione because they do have throw flames, right? Like that is still an option for them, throw flames in the javelin. So that could still be a thing, but it's less of a thing. And then what was it? The morale I think actually is a really big bonus. +3 morale, base morale of 18, +3 morale. Like I actually wonder if maybe we failed on one idea, right? The idea of boosting the leadership of like the ghost generals or the demon generals with the champion skull. But maybe we make some champion skulls and just toss them onto some Diones as they're getting produced so that they are superior versions later on. I wonder if there's any other experience boosting gear, right? I have no idea. I'll have to actually check that out. I think there's like a helmet or something like that. I could be absolutely wrong. All right. I've gone off the deep end. I'm talking about random shit now. What else is happening? Not much. Things continue. They proceed at a pace with Helheim attacking fucking Lanka, and Ubar mostly just posturing and threatening, I think, at this point. Relay and Ermor continue to fight, but that seems inconclusive so far. And we are finishing up Hinnom and probably going to aim towards Ermor in the next 5 turns. I don't know. It depends. If we get Hinnom, then we're probably going to try to pull the trigger sooner rather than later on Ermor. Probably just a handful of turns after we are done with Hinnom, we will pull the trigger on Ermor. I've already started talking to Relay at this point, I think. Okay, that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.